Hello guys, Solheim here. Today we're taking a look at passive gold making in classic WoW, how it works and how effective it can be. Passive gold making has always been very interesting to me because you can make a ton of gold per time spent, but it does require some effort put in before you can start making gold. Most of these methods require you putting in a lot of work at the beginning for then to reap the profits for the rest of time, or for as long as you want. A quick example of this can be the Alchemist's Transmute for Arcanite bar, which has a 2-day cooldown. Basically, you are selling crafts that are on cooldown and people will pay you just to craft the item for them. Once you first have the skill required to make these items, selling your cooldown takes little to no effort, as you can just make a macro and advertising that you're selling it and post it in trade chat and world chat and you should get some replies. If not, you can post it a couple more times while playing or just while doing other things. This does involve a certain amount of trust from other players, since they are giving you the materials for the craft, but unless you have a really bad reputation, this should not be an issue. This is also a great opportunity to build up your reputation so you can become trusted among people on your server and additionally make some friends. Some guilds might even be looking for people to make the craft on cooldown for them, so you might have a regular customer sending you the materials in the mail, so all you have to do is open a mail and make gold, so it's very effective gold per hour. Having more alts with these professions will also help increase your gold per week or per month, as well, since you can sell more cooldowns. Basically, if you have an alt that lacks professions, pick up professions where you can sell cooldowns and use that alt for passive gold. In this video we will talk about a couple different passive gold making methods and the requirements to use them, so buckle up and get ready to get rich. Now before we start talking about the methods themselves, I want to let you know what level you need to be to learn certain profession ranks, since this is important. Basically, you can't have multiple level 1 characters and make passive gold. You need to level them up to the level requirement of picking up the profession rank needed for whatever craft you're making. As you can see, the level requirements to learn crafting professions is level 5 for apprentice, level 10 for journeyman, level 20 for expert, and level 35 for artisan. Most of these require artisan, which means you need to have an alt at minimum level 35. Now let's talk about the different methods you can use to make passive gold. Number 1 is Transmute Arcanite. This one requires an alchemy skill of 275 and turns a thorium bar and an arcane crystal into an arcanite bar, which is used in N-tier crafts like Elementium bar, Lionheart helm, Arcanite Reaper, and many more. This transmute is on a 2-day cooldown and you can expect to get between 5 and 10 gold per transmute. This will be the most requested cooldown craft and it will be on high demand all throughout Classic, so if you have time to level up another alt or two and you haven't decided which professions to pick up, Alchemy is a great choice purely because of the passive gold making from this craft. The recipe is bought from Alchemist Pestlesug in Tanaris. Number 2 is Mooncloth. This requires a tailoring skill of 250 and turns 2 fell cloth into 1 mooncloth, which is used in many end-tier crafts like True Faith Vestment, which is best in slot for many classes for a long time in Classic, plus items like Belt of the Archmage and Bottomless Bag. This is also going to be a highly wanted cooldown because many of these items will be on high demand through all of Classic, especially by raiders or people who care about their gear. Also, because of the endless bags, this item might appeal to people who don't care about their gear also. You can easily net 5 to 10 gold per craft of Mooncloth as well, maybe even more. I would say this is slightly worse than the Arcanite Transmute, but still very good for passive gold making. The recipe for this can be purchased from Kia in Winterspring. It is also worth noting that in order to do this craft you have to stand in a moonwell, which is a nice addition if you ask me. Number 3 is the Salt Shaker. Salt Shaker is a bit unique because making the Salt Shaker itself requires engineering and has no cooldown. Using the Salt Shaker requires a leatherworking skill of 250 and turns deep rock salt into refined deep rock salt on a 3-day cooldown, which again is used to make cured rugged hide, which is used in many end-tier leatherworking crafts like Hide of the Wild and Chromatic Gloves, among many more. In an ideal world, you'd have engineering on one toon so you can make the salt shakers yourself, but it's also worth it to buy them off the auction house or get someone in a guild to make it for you. Since this is a 3-day cooldown, you can expect to get some value out of it, and cured rugged hide will be wanted by most leatherworkers out there who need it for their end tier crafts. That being said, many leatherworkers also make their own cured rugged hides, and it doesn't require as many cured rugged hides per craft as it does mooncloth or arcanite in the first two methods, which is why this one ranks last and is worth the least gold. That being said, I would expect a 3 to 5 gold profit from curing rugged hides, which is still nice since it's passive income. So there we have the 3 different passive gold making methods, or at least the 3 best ones in my opinion. There are more transmutes within alchemy, but none even come close to comparable against the Arcanite transmute, so I'm not even going to bring them up. To end this video off, I would like to do some maths just to show you how good this passive gold making really is. Transmute Arcanite has a 2-day cooldown and you can expect to get paid 5 to 10 gold from it. If you sell your cooldown every day, every month, that's 75 to 150 gold every month. Mooncloth has a 4-day cooldown and you can expect a 5 to 10 gold return from it. If you sell your cooldown every day, every month, that's 37.5 to 75 gold per month. Salt Shaker has a 3-day cooldown and you can expect 3 to 5 gold profit from it. If you sell your cooldown every day, every month, that's 30 to 50 gold per month. So if you make an alt and level it to 35 and skill up alchemy and tailoring and sell those cooldowns, you effectively make 112.5 to 225 gold per month from that character alone. Then you can multiply that amount by the amount of characters you have with those professions. After a while, that's a lot of passive gold in my opinion. 100 to 200 gold is still a lot of passive gold just from one character. Sure, you have to log on and do the crafts and find a buyer, but that's really not hard at all. Consider the garrisons in Waters of Draenor. If you played that, you had to gear up your followers and re-roll their traits to Treasure Hunter to get extra gold from missions, but missions were still considered passive gold. In this case, if you level up 5 alts and pick up alchemy and tailoring on all of them and skill it up, that's 500 to 1000 gold per month, just from making crafts every other day, which I think is insane. The difficult part will be finding buyers, but especially for alchemy that should be easy. Try to set up deals with guilds and maybe give them discounts if they buy the cooldown for all your alts, so you have a regular customer for every craft so you don't spend unnecessary time finding new customers. So there we have it boys, the 3 methods of making passive gold and the power of alts. I hope this video was helpful to you, even though most people already know about these crafts, or at least the Arcanite transmute. A lot of people might not realize the power of actually picking up multiple professions with craft cooldowns, and how much gold you can actually make with it. At the very least, I hope the video helped you motivate you to make more alts, because if you didn't have a reason to make one before, you definitely have one now. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as we will cover everything about gold making in Classic WoW, no matter how long it takes. I'm not kidding, we're covering everything. This is the Classic Gold Making channel. I am planning on finishing my gold making with professions series, as I do miss quite a few professions there. I intentionally waited with mining and herbalism to test out different farming routes in Classic, so I expect those to come out soon, as I already have maxed out herbalism. I am also planning on doing a follow-up to my Classic Gold Farms video, because in that video I mostly showcased farms where you farmed items that you could auction, but in this upcoming video I will include more pure vendor-based gold farms, so there's little to no RNG involved, which is maybe the best way to farm gold in Classic right now, because you need to generate new gold into the game, which is done by vendoring stuff. I also have a video series planned which will take a lot of work, but it's something I really want to do, even if it might not be something everyone's interested in. It's kind of a I do it so you don't have to video series where I test out stuff for gold making purposes. If you want to get a little insider info on that one, feel free to join my Discord server where I will reveal a bit more before the video series goes live on YouTube. Let me know in the comments how you're making your gold right now and how you plan on making gold later in Classic. Give me some of your ideas. If you did enjoy this video, please take the time to slap a like on it, as it really does mean a lot to me and I cannot thank you guys enough for the support lately. I do also have a WoW Classic Discord channel which is linked down below, so make sure you join that one and ask me some questions. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. I do also have a WoW Classic Discord channel which is linked down below, so make sure you join that one and ask me some questions. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.